Alright, good morning everyone. Welcome back to yet another one of these streams. I don't think I've done one of these in a while. But let me just... Oh, is this a world that I already... Oh, that's right. I don't think I died in this one. But I gotta be sure. Okay, load in. They wouldn't spawn in a mob right there, right in front of me, right? Okay, thank goodness. Okay, let me just switch to the right layout for this. Alright. And we just put a pause on that. And load up the other music. Okay, that's only the podcast category. I wouldn't load a podcast on stream. I would just encourage you to listen to those on... I would just encourage you to listen to a podcast on your own time. It just seems like too much stimulation for me. Anyways. Okay, starting off with Motorhead, I guess. But I might as well also go right here. Oh, right here. So, as I mentioned earlier this week, it's going to be a busy week for me. So I have a friend that's visiting my state. So I don't know how... I don't think I'd be able to schedule any nighttime streams, because I do want to be able to... Any nighttime or daytime... Well, late daytime streams, because I also want to be able to get in some time with him while he's here. Now, when it's the morning, that's usually easier for me to do, because everyone in the house and any guest would probably not be as awake as I would be during that time that I'm usually awake. I have known a lot that'll wake up at like 9 a.m. or sometimes past that. And I don't really judge them for that. Everyone wakes up at a different time. Sometimes it really is difficult to wake up before... I understand how difficult it can be for people to wake up at... My brain is just not working right now. I understand how difficult it can be for some people to wake up past 9 a.m. So that's not something that I fault them for. The difficulty can vary quite a bit. Just clear the area of these ghouls right here. Is there another one nearby? Oh, I see one right here. And then I got spare bone meal. I hear a hiss. Okay. Let's build the rest of this wall. And then up here. Okay, we've got this wall. Well, not all the walls yet. It should be enough to finish the walls and also be able to make a ceiling. What do you think you're trying to do?
There he is!
My
There's my
God.
favorite white boy!
That actually got me to fall into the house. Welcome, Bones. You're good, Bones. Alchemist Darkness Sticky. Okay, I have a bow and arrow. Probably get some good loot from him. Oh. Yeah, as mentioned, this week will be greetings from the bathroom. Welcome, 6. But yeah, this will be a busy week for me since I'm just starting to get used to summer being very, very close to being over. I mean, it is over for some. But I'm adjusting to that, and with a friend coming over, I would not be able to schedule any later streams or midday streams, because I would most likely be hanging out with him. Morning streams would be a maybe, because he would be staying at our place. And usually it's not hard for me to stream at an earlier time, and I don't have to worry too much about waking others up. But if he's sleeping in the living room, then like if I try to do a morning stream, it'll most likely have to be with my noise complaint voice, where I just speak with a lower and more quiet tone. But I gotta be careful when doing that, because apparently some are into that. And in a completely different way. Rather than just enjoyment. Starting my morning with a Bristol 7, it's bleak. What's a Bristol 7? There, that's evened out. There, now I can even this out. I should really get rid of the death markers. I don't really need those. Oh, that's not what those are. Those are the different home waypoints from the previous times that I lived a world like this. Let's make a new one here. Yeah, that'll work. The chart discussion before Bakugan. Why do I not remember? Oh! Yeah, oh, that is not good. It just took me a second to process that. I don't need to kill the turtle, because I'm already good on a food source. I just have more materials that I need to find. Oh, wait, I have iron. Why didn't I think of crafting armor with that? Was that something that I planned to do last time and just didn't get around to it? Okay, now let's get to that. Almost a full set. Just missing one more. There. And now I have caves to explore, if I can find any. Cattails, always finding a way into my inventory when I don't need them. Same with the rice. Should I search through this way? Oh wait, one thing I should do. I should probably make a farm right here. But I'm gonna need the spare dirt to patch up this area. I'll borrow some from right here. Oh. Okay, wait. Right here. Hirsch, I don't think it works like that. You'd be surprised what... Do you speak from experience? Oh boy. That does sound dangerous. I mean, it probably isn't just the same... Probably isn't just the same, it just like forcing it out. So at that point, it is that texture. Why'd I say it like that? Like the same kind of... I can't say that I am, Hirsch. Okay, I think this is a good place to put the wood. Just do what I do when I have problems. Scream! I would scream, but I'm pretty sure my brother is trying to sleep. He is currently done with the sickness. I'm told that he was getting some flu symptoms. So I am taking extra precaution and making sure to consume the daily intake of zinc and wearing a mask when possible, because I do not want to get sick. Also, if I had a nickel for every time someone had mentioned the other benefit of zinc supplementation, I could probably go through a few arcade games. Beck and I want a full review when you get back from pooping. All that zinc backed up is crazy. We always have zinc on hand, mainly for the purpose of making a cold last longer, and possibly for the immune system. Because if I get like a cold or anything like a cold, I want to get it over with as quickly as possible. Now that would not mean I would just chug a whole container of zinc. That'd be a bad idea. I just want to take it on a daily basis to make sure that it wouldn't last as long. And maybe even before if I want to make sure that the immune system isn't weak against it. Okay, right here. Yes, this is a good spot for it. And this is where the door to the farm goes. Oh, only one block of cobblestone that I have left. And then a door right here. Right here. Oh, more iron that I didn't know that I had. Let's see. Couldn't hurt to use up the doors that way. And good news 6, I am close to making a ceiling. Just need to place these here. And now the roof / ceiling can be... You have mentioned this before. I just thought I'd tell you. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Should I cue that next? Add to queue. Okay, almost there to finishing the ceiling. I'm gonna have to sacrifice another tree. Now it can be finished. Yes, that seems like enough. What just disappeared right there? Roof acquired. Smelt those two. Or use those as fuel, I should say. I guess use the rest of these. Good to know I still have torches. But I don't have the wool to make a bed. Took care of that ant. Whoa, huh? Oh, great. A squatter. I know of one way to take care of him. Good, I was able to get him out. I guess I'm gonna have to find some spiders. And hope that I don't run into another banshee. Because man, do I hate those things. Always jump scaring me and causing the run to end more quickly than expected. Oh, I can't reach that. Okay, Hirsch. Let me just get to this. Let me just get to this background to ask you a question. What is wrong with you? Just thought I'd ask. Oh, don't want to run into him. There's got to be some spiders somewhere. Where did that arrow come from? Oh, I see. Hey, sir. How did I get an achievement for one that's nothing, bro? That question wasn't meant for you. Where was I? Oh yeah. Okay, I can make an iron shovel. And that way I can get the gold. Still no sign of any spiders yet. Oh wait. I see some. How many arrows do I have? One of them was charging towards me. Oh. Oh wow, I dodged that. Still not enough string. Gotta get to at least 12. Guy's watching me. Let's see, is that 12 yet? No, not yet. Is that a sniper? Oh, I'm out of arrows. I just gotta be ready. Question mark? Oh, Gatling skeleton. Oh! Oh, we got another one. Aha! Okay, good. I still got some food. What's down there? Go away. Go away. That could have been bad. Just make my way past a bunch of skeletons. And away from that creature, whatever that is. I'll just swim my way all the way over there. Alright, apple break. It's weird that the stream chat overlay is displaying only the YouTube messages. I'm not sure why. take the opportunity to kill that spider. Yes, now I can make a bed. I'm definitely gonna need to place some torches here. Thunder? Alright, got a bed. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. There's a constrictor. Oh, oh, okay. Is it following me? Keep your distance. Okay, this would be where the wheat goes. And this can be where the barley goes. You're gonna need some more wood for the farm. Heavy iron boots. This seems interesting. Common small villager house. I'm going to place this on the water. What could be found in here? Oh, nothing. Well, don't that beat all? Now we can do this side. Right here. Well, that was not me. Are the keyboard problems coming back? I hope not. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's where that one goes across. Definitely gonna take some of this. That's right, I got a bucket of water, so I can use this for here. And start the... Where did I get a pet? Alright, chat, what do I name this pet that I got? I don't even know what species it is. Let's see. If you got nothing, then I could probably come up with something. You know, I'm gonna try Steve. See how well that goes. Really, where did the pet come from? And what happened to my bucket? Well, I guess anyway. Where's the pet? I am so confused. Oh, that's right, I don't have the thing to plant the seeds. And right here... And then I can place some dirt here and line up the other crops. And there we go. Okay, I was not expecting this swing cover of It's Been So Long. I didn't even know that was in the playlist. But I am a sucker for jazz and swing. There we go. There's something I like about the swing covers of popular songs. Like, I remember Paul Anka doing a cover of... It was like a cover of Wonderwall, but it was in the swing style. I should probably cue some of those as well. Paul Anka. And search. Every single song of his that I've liked is a cover. Yeah, let's add some of these to the queue. Let's add this one. And then this one. All right. All of them have been added. Still gonna need some more wood. With how much I like the swing and jazz style, and a lot of the songs in the style of Frank Sinatra, I'm not beating the old soul allegations. I pretty much accepted that. Oh, that's right, I have the bone meal. I can easily make more barley. Don't need the gold at the moment. There we go. Come on, I just need one more and the hunger can be filled. Here's some more swing for you guys. Still gonna need more dirt. I'm just gonna wait for one person to realize what this is without looking at the top left of the stream. Because I don't know how many people, I don't know how many people I know or how many people that watch me dislike the original version of the song. But I find it alright. I need some more wood. If I didn't have that performance anxiety, I could probably do something like this. Just do a bunch of... and have like a whole production behind it. I could see myself trying to do covers in this kind of style. It seems fun. You hear a lot about VTubers covering a lot of songs in other languages, mainly, and quite a few anime songs included. With me, you just get old stuff like this. If I were to do a karaoke stream anyways. And that's a big if. I still got stuff I gotta work on. There we go. Crazy ore. Okay, I should use the iron pick for these ones right here. Paul makes this song sound a lot better. And that's not to say I dislike Wonderwall. But it's just very interesting the way that he was able to make that his own. I should really start a playlist for these kinds of styles of songs. See, I don't need the shark tooth. Or the frog bit. Where did these rat burgers come from? Can't believe I said a sentence like that. But I guess in the context of this game, it makes a lot of sense. Alright, we got more iron. Alright, diamond pick just in case. Oh, that's right, I can upgrade this. And then another upgrade. And then we finish mining the rest of this. I like that improv right there. Just knock yourself out. I'll definitely make use out of the quartz. Especially once I get around to making the tool station. Oh, there's a door. Another zombie. Store those. Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to stop making so much noise. Everyone else in the neighborhood is trying to sleep. Don't mind that, that's just a device of mine unplugging and plugging. For some reason. And yes, I have my Windows sounds as Windows XP sounds because I'm gonna be honest, the Windows 10 sounds and Windows 11 ones, they don't hit the same. Especially when a lot of the Windows 10 sounds will have like the same string noise. Windows XP had at least more variation. Oh. I guess I ran out of dirt there. Now I can plant the rest of these. And then we get more dirt from here. Apparently another singer by the name of Paul Young had done some swing covers. But I wonder what he covered. You know, I won't add those to the queue, but I will look them up. I'm trying to remember what else he covered in that kind of style. Okay. He's got the two songs from the 80s that I liked. Rock Swings, that's the name of the album. He covered Gene Genie by David Bowie. Enter Sandman by Metallica and Tainted Love, which I was going to say was from this one band in the 80s, but that was a cover. Oh, the beginning of this sounds interesting. I'm still gonna need more dirt. Anyone else feeling motivated by the swing version of swing version of Eye of the Tiger? I can't picture someone boxing to this. On the topic of swing and club jazz, did you see the revelation that Matt Dusk is pro AI? Who's Matt Dusk? That is unfortunate. At the same time, I don't know who Matt Dusk is. Okay, he is a jazz vocalist, and yeah, unfortunately, he is pro AI. That's dumb. He does swing covers of popular nerd songs like video game music and Vocaloid. Did he end up relying on AI as well, or is he just pro AI? Either way, that is not good. Would it be a good idea to place a torch right by the bedside? People have lamps, so I guess it makes sense. I don't think it was a part of his work, but I only listened to a very small amount of it. I see. We're gonna need the rat burger. See, I guess here is where I could place the Geishel seeds. There we go. No idea what those could be when they grow. I also got to gather up some leather. Oh, wait a minute. There was something that I could make out of the slabs, right? Drying rack. That's right. I'm gonna surround my house in this. And leave some of the cooked meats up here to dry out. Okay, that just becomes monster turkey. Okay, that could be turned into leather through an altar of blood. Okay, prepared flesh, and that becomes leather. So just kill as many zombies as possible. Was not expecting that at the end. No longer on the swing train at the moment. I have to wonder, are leads craftable? Slime ball and string. I think I know where to find some slime. not quite there. But eventually I'll find some slime. Yeah, absolutely love Joe Satriani. I'll cue another one of his that I really like after this one. Oh, here it is. Now, I gotta find a slime ball and some string. So I just got an idea. Oh. You can't hurt me anymore, bears. Apart from that one bit of damage that I took. But we're not gonna talk about that. Alright, got leather. Borrow some of this iron. There we go. Oh, even more iron over there. Where can I find some slime? There's got to be an island where some of the slime cubes are spawning. I hear a bear. I can attack it from here. There's just something I like about songs that'll have like an audience participation kind of thing. I don't know if this was originally made live, but there is a video of him playing this live and the audience chanting back. Ooh, diamond. Well, where's the diamond? We just take some of this. Are none of these loading? Oh. Okay, yeah, they just did not register. Yeah, that's a sad one. I haven't listened to much of her. I haven't listened to much of her music before, but I would. But I would find myself curious about her music. I wasn't really the biggest country fan, apart from, well, modern country. I'm definitely not a fan of, but Dolly Parton I could definitely see. Oh no! Oh man, may he rest in peace. It's strange timing too, because a few days ago I had finally seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show for the first time. And he was fantastic in that. he he like never disappoints in most of the roles that I've seen him in. I know him as the concierge in the hotel that in Home Alone 2, Pennywise, Dr. Frankenfurter, Nigel Thornberry, smashing, Professor Calamitous from Jimmy Neutron. So many familiar roles. Yes, he was. Oh, why did my impression get worse there? Smashing. Yeah, he was Nigel Thornberry. The Wild Thornberrys had quite an interesting cast lineup. We got Tim Curry as Nigel Thornberry and Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers as Donnie Thornberry. He's the one making all the gibberish noises. He really did have such an amazing range. It's interesting to... It was also interesting for me to find out that Flea was the one making all the noises that Donnie Thornberry was making. Regardless of my thoughts of a particular other member of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Flea seems very talented. I would hope that there's not like that he didn't take the same path that another member of the Red Hot Chili Peppers took. Maybe I finally play Command and Conquer now. Tim Curry would probably make it a lot more worth it. I'm going to the one place that isn't corrupted by capitalism. Space! I love that line. Oh, that's right. He was also... What's the name of that one pirate in... Hang on. I'm looking up the... Long John Silver. He was also Long John Silver in Muppet Treasure Island. I was also reminded of him being the concierge in Home Alone 2 when I found this clip from Home Alone 2 that was labeled, Tim Curry doesn't understand the concept of pizza. And it's like an interesting way that he pronounces it. Actually, wait, if I can find a way to pull that up. Okay, in a new window. It was labeled Tim Curry is unfamiliar with the concept of pizza. Oh, wait, I didn't mean for that to load just yet. Okay, let me just pause that for a second. Hopefully this doesn't... I'm gonna move this over here just so there's not as much of a chance of it immediately being taken down.
And how are we this morning?
Fine. Is my transportation here?
Out
Okay.
in front, sir.
What?
A limousine and a pizza.
A limousine and a pizza. May he rest well. Oh, now it's playing the actual jump. Breaks my heart to know capitalism has already been poisoning space. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh, there's a cave I can explore. I just had a stroke there. Yeah, they probably should. Whoa, what happened to the stuttering there? Just gotta check one other thing. Oh yeah, there it is. I will say with the along with the news to like others in chat that would be going to other streams at different times. I'm like a different case, but I imagine like some probably would not want the topic of people who had recently died to be brought up in their chat. Yeah, that's kind of the case, Bones. And with that being said, with like other streams, with like other people's streams, I'm a lot more chill, and this is more of like a chill kind of stream. But when you go into, but if you go into another streamer's chat after this, probably would not be the best idea to bring this up, in case like they don't want the mood to be brought down. Like they have probably acknowledged the unfortunate news off stream, and they're still trying to come to terms with that as much as we are. We just take down this leopard. Real ones talk about real stuff. Those chats like that. Oh, really? I just know like some people are different. Guy Garden, I forgot the N before E. What does that mean, Guy? I can at least be... If anything, you guys can at least be glad that if, like, other streamers are not willing to talk about that, at least there's... At least you're able to... At least you're able to talk about it with me here. Did I already lose track of my house? I don't want to believe that it's a case of, like, never talk about it because I don't want to believe that it's a case of, well, I'm not quick to believe that it's about to be the case of, like, never talk about this. Because, like, I could understand if it's a multiplayer collab that they have going on and they wouldn't want to bring others down. I can sort of get that. From the comics Sky Gardener. I see. I haven't heard of that before. I've been around just in TV since 2009, and I really see how people policies with their channel is indicative of their personality and behavior. Yeah, it makes sense. I think it would also make sense for if they don't want that to kill the mood. I think they can I think it will at least be fair of it would at least be fair to like have that conversation before getting into said collab. Because at the end of the day, we are all people. And sometimes we do gotta have those conversations. It also might be why, like... It also might be why there might not be as much of a chance of being with a lot of the... the more well-known streamers. But it's already not the case for me to begin with. Because I'm the kind of person who... Most of the people that I meet will be through friends. So any, like, collabs are usually a case of, if you know somebody that I know, then it's probably likely to happen. I mean, it can be likely to happen. Plus, I feel like there's less of a... Plus, I feel like with that, there's less of a chance of being bake-stabbed, as Germa would say in the TF2 days. You want to get bake-stabbed? Is that what you want? Tim Curry was also on Clue, I believe. Really? I gotta see for myself. Oh yeah, the film from the 80s. And with story by John Landis. One of the people behind the music video for Thriller. But yeah, Six, I completely get that. Even with me being quite a bit more trustworthy than I was last year, I'd be lying if I said there wouldn't be times where I'd have my guard up. Lately, I'll have a better idea of... Lately, I've been having a better idea of, like, who I would consider, like, friends or acquaintances, and who are just people that... like, what people that I think are chill, and what people are best kept at arm's length, based on behavior. Well, you can totally tell this topic isn't a mood killer. We're really taking a moment to appreciate his life and celebrate his work. Yeah, because he's absolutely talented. If someone tried to shut down this conversation how we're having it now, that sucks. Yeah. I mean, if anything, I'd be guilty of shutting it down unintentionally, with sometimes how my brain can be all over the place. But that's not even me trying to. That's just by accident, if anything. Oh, another thing. This was not. This was something that was brought to mind when there was the topic of Dolly Parton from earlier. I hadn't known much about her work, but one thing involving her that would always come to my mind is the scene from Animaniacs where Brain from Pinky and the Brain becomes a country singer to take over the world, and on a talk show with Dolly Parton, I don't think it was voiced by the actual Dolly Parton, she says something like, "I'm your biggest fan. What do you say about that?" And Brain says, "I'd say puberty was inordinately kind to you." One of those jokes in Animaniacs that will definitely fly by a kid's heads, but adults will laugh at. I'm glad I can appreciate those years later. What did I get here? Ah, just one of those pings. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. What's another... Oh, I just remembered another role that's... Oh. One of my friends has worked closely with Dolly Parton, designing costumes for Dollywood. I hope she's taking the... I hope she's taking everything all right. Yeah, I hope so too. I had the sudden realization that Tim Curry was also the voice of like the leader of the evil sentient hot dogs in regular show. It had just occurred to me. And it's that same episode where you hear more of a PG language from some of the characters. Which I think in any Cartoon Network airing nowadays you'll just hear as in any like Cartoon Network airing, you'll just hear what Mordecai says as "You ticked me off" instead of what he originally said. Because I guess according to Cartoon Network, kids weren't ready for that kind of language. This person is also the creator of DashCon, ironically enough. Really? Is DashCon the one with the ball pit? Because I thought I remember someone mentioning that one infamous con with the ball pit. Yeah, that's the one. You have like the most interesting connections, Six. I respect it. Oh, that's right. I was going to look for slime. I should really just go underneath that island to retrieve the slime. Were there any other roles that... I just look in a chat in another server that I'm in, and I see... I don't know this other person, but I see a message saying, like, my GPS is not working. May I use your GPS instead? I've had my name mistaken as GPS before, but that's a message like that. That's a new one. This is where I can farm for the slime balls. Yes, 6 balls. I agree. We gotta get the slime. I don't think there's a way I can get up there. Just craft an angel ring. I don't think this has any of those. But if Hexxit II came with the morph mod, then it would be a lot easier because I could just switch to a bat. I had found... I think another terrible thing I'd found out about that is I remember coming across one of Lyra's tweets that had said, like, first we had lost Hayden. I don't remember how to pronounce her last name, but there's an actress that was involved in Kingdom Hearts, and then Dolly Parton, and that she was scared for who the third person would be. And man, a day after, Tim Curry. That really sucks. 6 Sneven is here. Welcome, Steve. How am I supposed to get to that island? Because I do not have a way of flight currently. Nor do the slimes want to spawn from there. There is not... My mind already blanked again. What is that crocodile doing? Uh-oh. Stand down, soldier.
The wheel spins!
Oh, the sound did not play. This is not okay. Oh, wait, hang on. Mix It Up was not open. I will get to those momentarily. We don't have time for an update. They gotta redeem. What do you mean the services cannot be connected? How did I forget Mix It Up? But yeah, let me just get to... Is it events? No, it's... No, not overlay widgets. Channel points. Okay. Now, first we went with this one. Yeah, why is that not doing anything? Okay, now what if I try? Seriously, nothing? There should be a timer. What if I switch? No, that doesn't do anything. Man, that bites. I was kind of looking forward to doing that. It really should have been displaying the overlay. That's so weird. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. If only I knew of 60, if you have the ability, refund those points. The command doesn't seem to be working. Give Sneeve back his points. Because for some reason it's not displaying the overlay. Nope, still nothing. Wait, what if... Okay, properties... Refresh cache. Oh boy, I'm in trouble now. The command is working and I don't know how. To give myself a break, I'll do these one at a time. Because if I Because with the amount of pain I've had, it feels like a crime. Looks like you're getting these anyway. Both at different times, but on the same day. Now I must head back home, where a lot of the zombies roam. At least Steve is rich now. He can buy himself a fancy cow. I still have yet to find a ball of slime. Hopefully I will have enough time. I realize that the water makes it hard to see the text. I don't know what will happen next. Oh, that's right. I can make plenty of bread. That way the hunger doesn't make me dead. Oh, that's why you couldn't get them back. Yeah, that really is whack. I can't really harvest these. But with bone meal, I could say grow, if you please. Alright, there's a snail. The color of its shell is yellow, but not very pale. And right there is a pig. With this shovel I shall dig. No, I'm not rhyming with that. Otherwise, I'd be losing my hat. It's getting difficult to keep this up. I should drink some of my water instead of from a bottle, out of a cup. Except there is not a cup nearby. This rhyming redeem makes me want to die. I shall drink as much as I can. I hope this all went according to plan. You could hear how much I've had to pause. It just makes me feel like a lost cause. Oh, I see. The turtle's name was Steve. I just couldn't see the pet, so I could not believe. Okay, thank goodness it's done. So the problem was, I had to refresh the cache of the mix-it-up overlay. So now... Well, I certainly wasn't expecting this. It's early in the morning and my voice is already gonna be destroyed. Isn't that right, Vegeta? Oh, wait a minute, where's the maggot? I could have easily gotten a slime ball from him. I'll steal one from the snail. You know, interestingly, I have had to do that before. Just at this particular time, I wanted to give myself a break because of Mix It Up failing on me. What can I get from this? Oh. Now we can complete the garden. Oh wait, I'm low on food again. There we go. Problem solved. There have been multiple times that I've done the Nappa voice. No, multiple times that I've done the Krusty voice when playing Dead by Daylight. And a friend of mine would always compare it to Nappa in DBZ Abridged. I still had to work on my Krusty voice now and then. I can't do a demonstration of it right now. Because obviously I'm in the middle of doing a voice. But sometime later, maybe after this is over with. I feel like if I get into any calls later tonight, I'm gonna end up sounding quite raspy. Alright, I still don't have any food. Oh wait, I have bone meal I could use. That's right. Oh, that filled up a lot of hunger. I didn't even realize. But yeah, Sneeve, that has happened before. I think once during the Game of Life, when it was early morning, and then another time during a game of Jackbox. It was a good thing that was between games with Jackbox. That would have been miserable. Alright, I can smelt this. Soon we'll be on our way to getting a backpack. Then we make use out of this. There we go. Got plenty of leather. I'm still gonna need more sticks. Oh wait, I could plant cotton over here to get more string. This is already hurting me, and there's only a minute left. Let's get this dirt block right here. And now that's complete. I don't even need these seeds. Oh wait, here. There's where I could plant one. Oh, where else do I get food? Okay, I just had to look at the top left to find out what song this was, because it didn't display anything. Well, I didn't hear anything at first. So it just took me a moment. Okay. Definitely gonna need water after that. That came out of nowhere. Oh, that one didn't give me any string. I'm gonna save as much string as I can. I just gotta find a snail or a maggot to get slime out of. Because then I got an idea if I can find a certain creature. There we go. Where are the maggots? I suppose I could use this iron. You know, possibly one day I had thought of what if I had streamed some custom zombies maps in Black Ops 3. I have no idea how well my computer could handle streaming / recording Black Ops 3. Because one time when I tried, maybe it's because of the GPU that I had, but it had so much trouble keeping a stable frame rate. There are some interesting custom zombies maps out there. I've only beaten one of those with Pat, and that was the Courage the Cowardly Dog map, which I remember would endlessly play the Return the Slab soundbite. Okay, sure. Now it wants to warn people of when ads are starting. Got some iron there. Still have yet to find bugs that I can get slime from. That's a tiger. Hold on, I gotta get the right effect for this. Right here. My homie when I borrow his lowrider for too long. Return the slab, or suffer my curse. Let's get some iron from here. There was an interesting thought that had came to my mind a while ago while I was playing Dead as Disco, and there were like some songs that were there was like a song or two that was suggested that I refused to add because of like something that the artist did. And that there was the the other standard that I had for like certain like songs by a certain band being included. Because the thing was, there's a member of, well, a member or two of the band Kiss that I'm sure you could that that I do not vibe with, and I don't mean in a personal way. Just judging by what I've seen and heard about them, not a big fan of them personally. They have some rockin' songs in the band. Kiss has some rocking songs, but Gene Simmons, I know a friend of mine had brought up that he most likely funded a particular government, but here I am being like, he's not a great person. No way. What a shocker. I already knew that he was, like, insanely difficult to work with. And judging by the history that I've heard about Kiss, it doesn't surprise me. There were, like, red flags as I have found out that they just took the persona of the Catman and the Space Ace and just put them on completely different people. And this always baffles me about the Kiss rabbit hole. The album Psycho Circus has the reunion of all 4 of the original members. You get Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, Ace Frehley, and Peter Criss. Yeah, a lot of artists that old have some trouble supporting bad things. Not even just that. Gene Simmons seems like kind of a jerk. With what was I mentioning before? Oh yeah, Psycho Circus. That had the original lineup reuniting, and there was a song that I thought was pretty cool called "You Wanted the Best." It had all 4 of them singing their own lines, but then I figured they would have all played their instruments during that song, but no, the drummer Peter Criss didn't drum for that song. They got a session drummer for that. That bites. Like, why not let him drum for that? Is this just some kind of stupid contract or something? Why even do that? Why even include him in the band if he's not gonna be allowed to drum for? Well, there have been some songs for that album that he drummed in. Ozzy signed a letter calling for a full investigation into the BBC for airing documentaries criticizing a certain administration. Old people can be real dumb. I've also heard that at times old people can also just be reaching an age where they're just like a lot more unfiltered and just stop caring about what other people think. And that is not always a good thing. Especially when there's like certain older people that'll be unfiltered with certain views. I have known older people like that. I have to wonder if it's topics like this that'll probably prevent me from like being one of the quote unquote bigger streamers, but I couldn't care less. I'd rather be me than a complete mask. It's also why I could never see myself as freedom through disregard of stigmatization is not the same as freedom through disregard of other people's feelings altogether. Exactly. It's the It's the lack of filter and the transparency that I have that will probably that is also why I could never see myself in like some kind of VTuber group or just any group for business. Because there would be times where I'd have to be like, listen, sometimes I could be a wild card. And there is a slight chance, there is a very slight chance that it could end up going into brand risk mode. Now, I may not seem like it because of the lack of PG-13 language that I have, but still, don't expect me to be all sunshine and rainbows all the time, and don't expect me to reach a point where I can feed into a hyper parasocial fantasy of fans wanting to date me, because that makes me uncomfortable. You don't gotta be a shining example of... Disregard is not a virtue. Exactly. You don't gotta be a shining example of a people pleaser, but people should care about being rude, like, all times, even old people. Exactly. My hunger's been down the whole time. Hunger's been down the whole time, huh? This is not even gonna fill much. Will this give me something filling? Nope, doesn't seem like. I'm gonna borrow some of this dirt from here. And now I can fill the rest of this farm. But I like to do a very quick tarot reading. In chat or after stream? Because it would make a lot more sense for me to do that after stream. But I probably could, like, sometime after I have lunch. Which will be, right here and right now. Like, is that even possible to do, like, on stream, like, in chat? Is it possible? It's my super special lightning round reading. You know, I guess we could try. I don't need the blue orchids. No, wait, I need the dirt right here so I can fill up the rest of the holes. The 5 of clubs. What does that mean? What does the 5 of clubs mean? I keep thinking I got a message, but no, it's a ping. I don't know, but that's your card. I wonder what it would mean, though. It's interesting, because I remember, I think it was just last night, there was a conversation about like tarot that I had witnessed. And it was another VTuber that was talking about tarot readings and some witch related stuff, and how they were they weren't sure whether or not to talk about that because there was a bit of ridicule or fear in response to said thing. And growing up, I had no idea what any of it was, so I could not say a thing about it because I didn't know. I'd most likely be jumping into it with an unbiased opinion. Like, to me at the moment it just exists. All I've known once about I've only heard once about a tarot reading is like one comment that was just I don't know if you should be trusting that. I didn't really have much to say about that, and the only time I can see that kind of applying is like another person that I've talked to that's into that has mentioned that they'd use it for like not for predicting the future. So like I can understand in that regard, just not using it to predict, not using it for predicting the future. The actual equivalent is the Five of Wands. I flipped a coin and you got upright. This means you may be facing some sort of conflict or competitive environment, and communication may be the way out. That sounds oddly familiar. I do wonder if it would be like some kind of conflict, or if it would be a competitive environment. Either way, I always gotta. Either way, communication being the way out. That is so accurate. Communication is, as I always say, communication is important. Communication and understanding. Ah! How rude of that giant zombie to interrupt that. Okay, I can make all this into another one of these. I've heard, like, things about... Brain, please work. I remember hearing about how like, based on an outcome of the tarot, that it might not always be... It might not always be the guaranteed outcome if you do something about that. But it is like... But it would seem... I'm trying to find the right words. I'm just speaking before I think when I shouldn't be. What I'm trying to mention is that I've heard about how with the outcome that the tarot mentions, that it's some kind of look into, that it's almost like some kind of look into the future, and that's the person may have a say in what can affect the outcome of the future. And like you did mention, it would say that communication may be the way out. Like as long as communication is handled well, I would not be in a negative outcome. If that's making sense. Oh, jeez. Oh. There really is something fascinating I find about it. Really, the only thing I've known about like some of the names of the tarot cards from Persona and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, of course. But I know that in the past I wasn't I don't think I was in the past I was probably like advised against looking into that due to a Christian upbringing. And I did have that phase where I was, but I since then distanced myself from it. Not with no disrespect to the belief, but full disrespect to particular people that would take that belief and make problematic things out of it, or problematic statements out of it. Because there are a lot of things about the different beliefs that I find very interesting. What crazy people do with them? Not so much. And that kind of thing is why I'm at a point where... Is it not night? That kind of thing is why I'm at a point where I don't know I don't know if there is or isn't something out there, or there's more than one thing out there. But at the same time, I'm just gonna chill out with this. I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer for sure. But I will continue living life the way that I do. I think entertainment and culture are very valuable to society and should be appreciated, but I think being in touch with reality is still extremely important. Yeah, exactly. There have been, like, some things about Christianity that I've found interesting, some things about Eastern philosophies that I've found interesting, and some things like tarot readings that I found interesting. There have been like a lot of different aspects of like these different things that would be like, huh, that's actually neat. It's almost like a similar view that a character from that '70s show had, which the irony is the actor behind it is like the actor behind him was a Scientologist, and I'm gonna say he was a criminal. So it feels weird knowing that that as that character he had like an interesting thought like that, but then turned out to be the way that he was. The line was like, while I respect the Judeo-Christian ethic, as well as the Eastern philosophies and the teachings of Muhammad, I find that organized religion has corrupted those beliefs to justify countless atrocities throughout history. Were I to attend church, I'd be a hypocrite. And in response to... And when I think about that line, I'm like, yeah, there are quite a few things about the different beliefs that interest me. I just don't like when crazy people misuse them to spread hate. Yeah, people gotta remember that kind of thing is indicative of mental health. Yeah, exactly. Oh, there's like no food left, and not only is my character getting hungry, but I am also getting hungry, so I think this will be a good place to stop for now. And with that being said, that'll be the end of today's stream. Thank you to those that have joined whenever possible. If you want to keep up to date with what I do, I tend to stream at least 2 to 3 times a week under the name JPS Freak on YouTube and Twitch. Whether or not I'll have another stream included this week, it's currently up in the air. But maybe if possible, I gotta see when my friend is staying over. Well, where my friend would be sleeping, so that I know whether or not to. So that I know whether or not to stream in the morning with or without my noise complaint voice. So it might be another. It'll either be another Hexxit II stream or some kind of stream to with chill vibes. But yeah, other than that, let me find a person. Let's see. We've got quite a few options here. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Let me just go to. Let me go to the purple site. Well, considering that they happen to be live, we will go raid Hirsch, who is playing Overwatch. This is intended for mature audiences. Yeah, I know. No minors allowed in my stream either. But yeah, everyone be nice to Hirsch, and I shall see you all very soon.